Yeah. It is the All Around Town radio show here live at noon. Welcome to the program. It's Wednesday with the band, and we're going to get right to it here in a minute. If I can get that stupid ticker from running across the bottom. There we go. All right. How y'all doing? You guys doing all right? Everybody's doing well out there. Let me say hi to my guest and welcome you to the program here. We're going to learn a lot about this next band. When I first saw these guys, I was blown away by them. They're a bunch of young guys, as Steve Krakus said on stage at the Bell one night. Young cats playing old school music, and that's a good tagline for them. So we're going to bring them into the program, everybody. Welcome to the stage, if you can. Lobaugh. How you doing, fellas?
Come on, guys.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Hey, it's good to have you with us. Glad to have you here on Wednesday with the band, as we call it. And you guys... kind of wowed the crowd at the Bell and the Bear Jam when you played. The first night I saw you play, you killed it, and you've come back since, and the people love you. And young guys doing Van Halen. I'm going to just start with that. Why old school music? Because you guys could be playing anything, but you picked that.
Well, you want me to lead on that one, I guess? Yeah. Okay.
Well, I love the way you look at each other like, who's going to take that?
Well, I guess I can speak for my brother in this as well, but me and him kind of grew up with our dad and listening to a lot of older music. Really started off with, honestly, our first band, really hard rocking band that we listened to. Our obsession was Iron Maiden.
Yep.
Started off with them. And it just kind of grew from there. My dad's always been a fan of live music. And I remember so many truck rides going anywhere. He'd have an album playing. And we just kind of experienced his music taste. And then next thing you know, we're buying the shirts. We're listening to everything on our iPods and everything. And that's all we know. And then it got to a point where we hear anything else on the radio or hear anything else that our friends are listening to. We're just like, what the hell is that? That sounds like shit.
Yeah.
And
you're going to get some haters now.
But yeah, no, it kind of started out that way. The Van Halen thing, I guess, that kind of started out later on, but we fell in love with the style, and the more we looked into the research, we kind of do it like a micro obsession thing, where we kind of, when we're into a band, we really dig deep into their catalog, and we dig deep into their culture and what they did, because that's just something that's interesting to us. But yeah, no, we've always stuck with the older music just because we feel like it has a different kind of energy with everything compared to a lot of the newer stuff. A lot of my buddies listen to like Avenged Sevenfold, which is a good band. Some of the newer stuff, which I'm a fan of, like Slipknot, new metal stuff. But it never really had that feeling like the older bands, like, Rat, Dokken, Lynch Mob, other things. And, like I said, we just kind of grew up around it. My dad was a drum tech for Prisoner back in the day, early 90s. And he's always been about that music. And that's all we've really known.
Yeah, definitely caught on to that.
Yeah, for sure.
It kind of grew with us.
These two guys have different musical upbringing, though, I will say, for sure.
Well, speaking of Prisoner, Prisoner just played a resurrection show this weekend. That was great. And I neglected early on to say, left to right here, the guy with the drink in his hand there, with the Lobaugh logo over his face, is Chris, Brian, Ethan, and what? Are we right? Am I
Daniel,
right there?
Ethan, Brian, Chris.
Yeah.
Ethan, Brian, Chris. I got it, I think. And then we've got Daniel, who's been doing most of the talking here today.
Yeah.
Why are the brothers separated by two other individuals here? Is there a reason for that?
We'll probably get into a fight.
Yeah, I was going to say. This is
before this thing even kicked off. We're over here screaming at each other on the phone about getting ready for this thing.
I'm not going to tell you who, but one of them bites. So it's.
Well, it wouldn't be a rock band without a little drama in it like that or something there. So how long have you guys as a group here been playing together?
About a year.
About a year. Together with Ethan here, probably about a year. Me, Chris, and Brian started the band about 5 years ago, which, funny enough, we tried to do a Van Halen tribute band. That did not take off.
Never tried it, honestly. We were talking about it, but there was not a singer we could get.
Yeah, that was our biggest problem, was trying to find a singer, just trying to get that going. Like, we got all the songs going, but that was our biggest hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find someone to
We lucked out with Ethan here. Our mom actually. You want to go ahead?
I'll say this is So I was kind of in the same boat. I was a singer without a band. They were a band without a singer. But I was at a place called Liberty Inn. They have karaoke's Fridays and Saturdays. But I was up there singing karaoke, and their mom heard me. Now, when she was describing her two sons that were into music, I thought they were going to be like 17, 19, just because of how she was kind of, you know how moms are. They were babying them up.
Yeah.
But, my babies. Yeah, she's talking about her babies.
My babies. But then I called Daniel. He's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "What?" So we set up like a get together at a mutual friend's place just to kind of hear me out, I guess. But it's their mom heard me sing Sinatra is what got me into this band.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got to go with that one. Sinatra.
Yeah, that's like my So like I also grew up on like Iron Maiden was my dad's. It was this big listen. Like Flight of Icarus and kind of just all these. Sabbath was another kind of huge one where it was Iron Man and just earlier songs.
Mm-hmm.
But Sinatra was like my own love where like I just really like listening to him, and I like singing them too. So I'd throw that down at karaoke.
So you're out bar starring in karaoke, and mom runs into you, and the rest is history here. So the band found a singer.
Yep.
And since you do a lot of Van Halen, I'm going to hit you the singer right here. I'm going to hit you with it. Roth or Hagar?
So that is such a loaded question because also here's what's interesting.
You got the time?
Yeah.
This is what also is interesting is because I wasn't like I didn't know how much I knew Van Halen, but like I wasn't really like as big into him as these guys were. But I have a newfound appreciation and newfound love for like a lot of these songs where I'm like I just find myself like humming them to myself, and I haven't listened to some of these where it's like they're really just catchy tunes. But it's a tough decision between Roth v. Hagar because it's the classic like one's a performer, one's a singer. I sort of disagree with that because I'm like Roth's still got some vocals on him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But to sing personally, I love Roth stuff because it's of Egypt.
I think with the Roth v. Hagar, I will say when I first started listening to Van Halen, it was Roth all the way. But then I kind of grew a mind, I grew a brain, I grew a conscience, and I really listened to the music. And I got to say, I mean, even you can say all you want about Hagar. He sings a lot about love, and it's kind of what he does. But musically, Eddie and Alex are at the top of their game. I will always say that 1995 is probably their peak in terms of performing live and how overall they sound live and their performance and everything. You can't really beat 1995 with Van Halen. But for me, it's pretty equal. I mean, there's a lot of good Hagar tunes, a lot of Roth, obviously a lot of good Roth tunes. But I think at the end of the day, as far as where we're at, playing bar stuff, we'd like to stick with playing Roth stuff because that's the stuff that really gets the bar hopping.
That's the flamboyant Van Halen. It is. I mean, that's the showman Van Halen. That's where you're going to get the crowd, pumping their fist in the air, doing all that stuff. Hagar's great. I mean, he is. And I have that. We have this on the show all the time. We have this little battle about that. It becomes something if you don't have anything else to talk about. You talk about Roth versus Hagar, but it's good. And Lori is on here and she said, then some random bartender talked you into going to the Bell. Do you guys know Lori?
Yes. So at Diggs Bar.
Diggs, yes.
Yeah, I got a couple of soft recommendations just from others, but I was very drunkenly singing at Diggs Bar and Grill. She's like, you have to go to that. Like she was genuinely mad at me that I hadn't been there yet.
Lori's a great lady. I love Lori, and just saw her on Sunday, and she's wonderful. And Lori likes to promote music as well, and she had a great venue called The Venue there for a long time, and just really did a great job of promoting local music. So I want to hit on this though. You've played together now for a year. Let's talk for a second. Besides Van Halen, we know you play a lot of Van Halen. Talk about some other tunes that you do, and I'm going to go around the room in a minute. We're going to talk about musical influences in your life. So tell the crowd that doesn't know Lobaugh, because you guys, if you're watching this show live or after the fact, you got to see this band. These guys are great. It's so refreshing to see young guys doing old school music. and playing it so well. So let's talk about other bands. What do you do? Some of your other covers.
So we do. We just came up with a new set list. We're constantly working on innovating, and we really want to hone in on where we play, because we do play a lot of different types of venues. We do play a lot of different types of venues, different types of crowds. Like Miami University, we played there. There's some content on our social media if you want to check that stuff out. But for the most part, we do play, other than Van Halen, we do a lot of other stuff. We do like Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, obviously.
Ozzy.
We do a lot of Ozzy, Dokken. We do, we're looking into a couple other bands and doing some stuff. We do Guns N' Roses. We do Dokken. I think I said Dokken already. We do Rat. There's all. Go ahead and pull up the set list real quick.
We mentioned
I've been a
Dokken.
heavy promoter of Billy Squire.
Billy Squire.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you mentioned Dokken yet? No.
But no, I mean we're working on some.
One
stuff.
more time.
We are working on bringing. We kind of want to bring back a lot of the Prisoner tunes. We're working on covering some Prisoner stuff right now. So we want to bring some Iron Maiden in. There's we have a lot of stuff on the horizon right now.
Some newer songs
do you have your
too.
phone
Yeah.
on you?
I mean,
Because we do. I mean, honestly, if we have Dio, there is what else is there, guys? Lenny Kravitz. We have. Man, it's weird when you're on the spot. Like I can tell you this stuff.
We also have a million set lists build from set list past and all this. So it's kind of trying to compile everything we know.
Yeah.
Well, you're right in my wheelhouse of music. I mean, that is what I love. I mean, I love that era of music. Steve Krakus, spoken like a true guitar player, brother, said Van Halen is all Eddie. The only correct answer to that question.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, I won't disagree.
Well, yeah.
Without Eddie Van Halen, that band would not have been what it became. And you know that. I mean, you all know that. And whether Roth was flamboyant or Hagar was a great vocalist, Eddie Van Halen's guitar work made it. And people still work today and strive to be Eddie Van Halen on the guitar. And I think I've seen that out of you guys a little bit. There's some great guitar work going on there. And how long has it taken you to, be that good at it?
Well, I mean,
you want to give the full rundown of how you play guitar?
So I remember telling Steve this. I saw him on the thing. We were at the bar the other night. I started off playing drums, and that was my main instrument was drums. I played drums for like 4 or 5 years, a lot of old videos and stuff, whatnot of me doing all that. But I used to play drums all the time, and I was very, very passionate about that instrument, and that was my main thing. And then around COVID, I started playing guitar, and his younger brother I was really good friends with. He played guitar. He was into Metallica, some bands like Metallica, more heavier stuff. And we had our own band formed before that. It was me, his little brother, and then one of my other buddies back in high school. But I was drums on that. And around COVID, when that all that shit went down, I started practicing guitar. And to me, I never approached guitar as like a chore or like a job. I approached it more of an escape and more of a passion. And it was like, to me, I never practiced. I just played. My first song I remember was Tooth and Nail on acoustic. And I learned my lesson from that because it was steel string and my hands were like warped. And after that, I wanted to play the songs I love learning or love listening to. So I started playing guitar that way, and I just kept going, and I just never really practiced in my eyes. It just was more just me playing it.
Well, it's coming natural, man. It is because you're good. And
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's amazing.
I remember he told
Don't
me,
inflate him.
He told me, because I was in between, and I remember because he didn't really play drums. Daniel didn't. He didn't really play drums as much as he does now. And it's not that he never had it. He was doing other stuff, and, we weren't really as committed as we were. And we didn't really know what we wanted to do. But I remember I was in between instruments, and I remember he told me, he was like, dude, I've been playing, because Brian, he plays piano. He's been playing since forever.
Very little I've been playing something.
And he told me, and he was like, dude, I've been playing guitar for that long. And he's like, you're doing stuff I can never do. And he told me that, and I was like, you know what? I think it was, yeah. Well, I mean, from him, it meant a lot because he's Brian and his little brother were some of the best musicians I've ever been around. So they kind of encouraged me to, hey, you should definitely stick with something that no one's really ever seen, or, you know, it just, for me, it seemed like the right decision. And I think it was. And then he eventually stuck with drums, and that was how it just kind of formed that way. And it was just like all the pieces just kind of came together.
You didn't want to piss your dad off for spending all that money. For
nothing. And that was kind of the start of almost everything. It was around 2020. I would say, I think I've been
2020.
Yeah.
So that was when I
high
started.
school.
Yeah. And that was, you know, the first songs I played were like Dawkin, you know, obviously Eddie, Rainy Roads, all those, the three best, like I call them the holy trinity of guitar players, which is them three, Rainy Roads, Eddie, and George. And those were my first people I started playing, you know, trying to emulate, or, you know, just trying to get every note best as possible or closest to the record. And so, yeah, that's how it started. But
Man,
you know, I'm glad I made that decision. So.
This is so refreshing to see you guys mentioning groups of that era that are so good. And I'm hard pressed to find a band of your guys' age today that has a guitar player in it. All right. I mean, honestly, it's tough sometimes because it's so much button pushing and looping and this, that, and the other, and tracks and things that are going on out there. So you guys, you get up there and you just do it natural and raw and hardcore, and you're playing this stuff good. And Brian, man, you're the happiest guy on stage I think I've seen in a long time.
He's just happy to be here.
It's like, yeah, I can find me something.
You are, man. You do it. Let's talk about musical influences. I want to go around the room, and I'm going to start over there. Let's go to the other side over here, Daniel.
Okay.
Give me one true musical influence in your life. Just one.
True musical influence in my life. I mean, other than Van Halen, I'd probably say, what really got me going, like I said earlier, was Iron Maiden. That got me going. That's what got me in the mood and turned on to this kind of music for sure. There's honestly so many that I just kind of go in waves as far as like what I listen to. I mean, I started off with Iron Maiden. Then I discovered Metallica, had a Metallica phase. I was that kid with the Ride the Lightning shirt in school.
Is that like Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah. And then I'd have I just had an experimental era where I was just kind of like listening to like Foo Fighters and Nirvana and just kind of, and Alice in Chains, and just kind of looking into them. And then I kind of go into the heavier stuff. I listened to a lot of Pantera, and then just kind of dialed it back, started listening to more Van Halen, and then stuck with that. And then kind of came back to the 80s, late 70s, early mid 80s stuff, and stuck with that. And then that's just kind of where I've kind of found like my good spot and good cushion of where I like to be with my music. And I do like to listen to newer stuff. I'll listen to, like I said earlier, Slipknot, a lot of new metal stuff. And I try to check out Wolfgang Van Halen is very, very good. I like listening to his stuff because it's just so different from everything else.
Have you seen him yet? Have you seen him live?
Me and my brother have seen him, and we're planning on seeing him again this year.
Incredible.
He does put on a great freaking show.
He's got a great voice.
But yeah, great voice. But no, I'd say as far as musical influences, I've as of like the past 2 years, I've really dove deep, even before back to the beginning and everything with Black Sabbath. I really dove deep into Black Sabbath and just really, it was one of those things where, I really wanted to I wanted to improve my playing. And, I'm like, okay, I look at the greats. I'm like listening to I love Alex. Alex obviously is one of my heroes. I listen to Vinnie Paul all the time, Nico McBrain. And I'm just kind of like, okay, who did they listen to? And then I discovered Bill Ward, and I'm discovering, obviously I already knew John Bonham, but really looking into what his catalog is, and just kind of dancing around some of the 60s things with Cream, just kind of experimenting and just listening to and just seeing if I can pick up on anything. Is really, really what I like to do, and just kind of dissect everything. I like the mathematical part of everything going into it, and just seeing what these guys did that really kind of innovated the sound. I mean, you go from 62 all the way to 69, and you got like 15 different genres that pop up within that time period. So I mean, music between the 60s, mid 60s, all the way up to the late 90s. I mean, there's just so much stuff and innovation in the music in general, of just the history of music, just how much everything changed and just different people doing different things. And it's always cool to check that out and just kind of learn from it.
Well, Daniel, to use a term from today instead of encyclopedia for the kids, we'll say you're the walking Wikipedia of old school rock, man. You've got it down.
Yeah.
And again, it's just blowing me away because it's so refreshing to see, because we got to keep that music alive.
Yeah.
That music was some of the best music ever made. And, from the 60s on through the rock era, the 80s, just great stuff. And I'm not knocking grunge or anything like that either. I mean, that had its mark on time, but that music and had some really true players. And Ethan, how about you, man? You're a singer.
So I'm about to disappoint a lot of people here, which is I was exactly opposite. I'm one of those people where, first off, I know a lot of songs, couldn't tell you the name of them, couldn't tell you who sung most of them, but like if I hear it, I'm like, oh wait, I know this. But no, it was kind of the same. Like upbringing wise, it was Maiden, and like I said, it was Sabbath, and it kind of like I loved Ozzy's voice. But then when it was like my own music, it was Sinatra, and I grew up hearing a lot of kind of Irish folk because of my grandpa. It would just always be playing every time I'm over there. Like old songs so old, I don't even know if he knows the names of them. But so it just I fell in love with like Sinatra, and then I started to like kind of get a little more into my little rockier with System of a Down, with some Tool. I really started to like hone it when I knew I had like somewhat of a voice. I started to like be interested more so in the singers.
Well, it's funny you said that, because I did an interview one time with Don Dokken on the show, and Don Dokken said, if you can learn to sing Sinatra, Tony Bennett, and all those songs, you can sing anything. And I thought, man, that's a really good thing to say from a guy who was screeching out rock and roll in his day. So that's pretty cool. And I think you've got that musical background, and those songs are not easy, some of them, to sing. I mean, Frank Sinatra wasn't a huge star because he couldn't sing, so it's good. So thank you, Ethan, for that one. Now here comes Mr. Smiley.
Well, Scott,
Chris just spit his drink, I think.
Well, I didn't necessarily have the heavy metal background like everyone else here had growing up. For me, it was actually a lot of like 50s and rockabilly and like doo-wops, like Dion and the Belmonts, Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, Danny and the Juniors, stuff like that was a big part on my upbringing, especially music. It's like I've been playing piano since I was like 3-4 years old, something like that. And I have to thank my uncle for all of that. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't even be into music.
It's like classical was probably a big part of your
Beethoven, music. Mozart, Bach. I listened to a lot of that growing up.
Wow.
And
amazing.
And as time went on, I think I was like 14, something like that. My uncle asked me, he's like, hey, like, do you want to learn to play guitar? Because he was also big into the heavy metal scene and stuff like that. He played guitar, and I was like, absolutely, hell yeah. And Christmas 2013, me and my grandma got me my first guitar, and unfortunately a little while later he passed away, and I wanted to take up play guitar basically for him, because if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't be jamming out with these guys. And as time went on, I mean, Daniel and I we grew up together. We've known each other since kindergarten?
Yeah, kindergarten, preschool, almost.
Yeah, like we've known each other our whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around 2019.
Yeah. I'll take responsibility for that.
Yeah, he started showing me more of the heavy metal type of stuff.
It was specifically when he came over to hang out, and it was the day that The Dirt came out on Netflix.
Yep,
that's like what. He walked in right when the movie started, and it was all the I don't know,
just like,
whoever's seen the movie, the craziness of the opening scene, and he's like, "What the hell is that? I'm in whatever that is." And since then, he's kind of been the young Padawan with everything. I've just been kind of teaching him, the ways of rock and roll.
Yep.
So it was a targeted attack then on Brian, I guess.
Oh,
So
yeah, I can't confirm or
to
deny
bring
it.
him into the flock.
Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
But
All
yeah, when I first started playing bass, it wasn't a normal bass guitar. It was the upright.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of different instruments and just stuff. Like,
I'm always trying to figure out, like, I want to learn how to do this and do that. Like, it's all this other stuff. So like like I said, rockabilly was a big part on my big part of my upbringing, especially on the upright, playing the slap bass, and then eventually moved over to the bass guitar, and there we are.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a question, guys. I've got to get to this one, though. It says, you guys did not make Brian snort ants, did you?
No, he did it all on his own.
Yeah,
that was totally free will.
We didn't make him. He
Yeah.
just,
Now, fire ants, those are the ones you want to go for.
Specifically fire.
don't you keep a pocket ants on hand?
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
Oh, don't slap the pocket, man.
Besides a collection of instruments, he's also got a lot of ant farms.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to kick it over to Chris, or as his mom would call him, Christopher. Chris. Christopher, talk to me about the influences here. We've got a lot more to talk about.
So a lot of my influences are obviously the same as my brother over here, but my biggest one was probably my dad, because if it wasn't for my dad, I don't think we would ever be any of this type of music. So he was the first person that encouraged us with drums and even guitar, all of that stuff. That was all because of my dad. I don't know where we would really be at today if it wasn't really for him. So he's probably my biggest influence in music, even though I wouldn't say he's musically talented, but I would say his passion for it definitely is what has influenced me and Daniel.
He has like heavy metal poker themed parties all the time. He plays a lot of poker, and we got a poker table downstairs. It's all Megadeth themed and everything.
Yeah.
And he's big in music and doing a lot of different musical things. He just never picked up the instrument.
As for bands that are my biggest influence, obviously, Eddie's got to be one of them. Neil Peart, that was when I was on drums. Neil Peart was like the man. He was the guy I definitely try to copy note for note on every song.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie, especially, but guitar wise, for me, it's Randy Rhoads. Obviously Eddie is up there, but for me, I always felt like Eddie was more of an innovator, and he's talented just as he's Eddie Van Halen, but he innovated behind the instrument, just not with playing, but just technique wise, and that's with playing. But the Floyd Rose, all that stuff he did during that time, that was just revolutionary. For me, Randy Rhoads, though, he was more of a guitar, he was more melodic with a lot of his solos. Like if I play any song from Randy Rhoads, I can listen to any of those solos and I can pretty much, it's like a story's being told. And I'm not saying Eddie didn't do that, but Randy, for me, it just had more of an impact to me was Randy. But Dimebag Darrell, that's a big one. Zach Wilde, I have a lot of influences from them too. Jakey Lee, I think he's got to be in that list of top guys that are on there. Gus G too. Modern guitar players, I listen to a lot of that. Andy James, that's like more just modern guys. Honestly, my musical influences are all over the place. He's shown me some. I know he's more big in indie rock and more songs like that. And he showed me stuff. Daniel's more of a straight shooter with some of the songs. He's more like, honestly, I've said this. I don't really expect much for someone who hits things with sticks. So, a lot of times he shows me songs like that, and he's got some great influences too. And Brian, he's big into classical, and I play a lot of classical. I'm into that. Vladimir Holschwitz is one of my favorites on classical.
So we like sticks so much.
But I love all types of music. I can't really tell you. I will say the one band I don't like, and I see him in the comment section, is Kiss. Kiss sucks. Kiss sucks, and don't let him say anything. Kiss is the worst band.
Is this Cozy? Because Cozy's got a lot of comments today.
He's a very good friend of ours. He's in another band
You may have
He's one
heard
of our
him
buddies.
back in the videos, in some of our videos. You may have heard him in the background.
Just look at his Facebook
booing
account, yeah.
loudly in the back. That's him most of the time.
No, I love Cozy to death, but even Peter Criss, Eric Carr. I mean, I know I just said that about Kiss, but I love Kiss too. You know, they were huge for performance wise. I mean, they were.
I mean, still to this day, putting on one of the best stage shows you'll ever see.
Oh yeah, they deserve so much credit for that.
My first band I ever saw live was Kiss and Motley Crue. I forget where. I think it was in Cincy.
Was it in Riverbend?
Yeah.
Riverbend, I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, really?
I was there.
All there. Yeah,
You were probably this big then.
Oh, I was old enough where my mom had to shield my eyes because something happened on the big screen that I wasn't allowed to see.
Oh yeah, well, that's all right. Everybody likes to see him showing once in a while, you know.
Right now, for me, the biggest, like the two bands that just, when I get older my musical changes constantly change. My sound constantly changes. And for me, like right now, Journey is one of my favorite bands. And they've always been, but I always just find a way to go back to them. The Doors. I love the Doors. That whole band is so underrated. Every member in that band has got such a huge role. But, Jim Morrison, Raymond Zarek, John Densmore, Robbie Krieger, all those guys. I mean, they're just fantastic.
You guys got an eclectic list, each of you, of players and influences, and I think that's so cool. Let's. I've got a couple more questions I want to get in for sure before we go. So let's hit on this one. Set list. When you're going to play, and are you playing out much? I mean, are you guys playing any gigs right now?
Trying to. That's our biggest challenge right now is just getting some gigs and.
We're looking for a home base pretty much, somewhere, because we've hung out and talked to the house band over at Bella, and it's we're kind of looking for that type of setup, like somewhere we can go and just kind of try out our stuff and just give a good show for people consistently.
Yeah.
And
so who does the set list? Who makes the set list? All of you?
It's kind of us. We all have a say in it. In terms of we try to structure everything specifically to just have a good flow, and it depends on who we're playing in front of. Because we can play at Bell and the Bear, and we can have a certain set list for the demographic that's there. But we'll go play at Miami University, and it's a completely different set list because those kids are. You kind of have to baby feed them or slow feed them a little bit of the stuff just so they're into it. But when we did a show back in Miami a couple months ago, the way we introduced some of these songs and had them in the set, we went from Weezer. And then we did a Van Halen song. We did Bottoms Up. And obviously, those are just kids over there. But they have no idea what the hell that song is. But they were into it just because of the way I like to think of the way we kind of introduced the song.
It's all about the energy flow.
Yeah,
as long as you keep that energy up, people don't care what they listen to.
Yeah.
Well, I love that you're educating young people too. I mean, you're educating them to the old school music again. That's a honorable thing that you're doing out there, and I know what you mean. And it's funny to hear you say they're just kids, because to me, you're just kids. So.
That's nice.
Well, yeah, I mean,
kids.
I know. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just. I'd say that just because it's almost like I feel almost. That's kind of mean. I feel like pity almost just because it's like they're over there listening to
hip-hop,
Sabrina Carpenter and all these guys.
Country.
You guys just have no idea. There's just no idea.
Completely different world.
It's one of our biggest goals. Is one of our goals right now is to play over at Brick Street in Miami. That's something that we'd love to do, just because it's a nice big open stage. It's an old theater, but they have a good setup there, and it's usually pretty packed. And it's just, I know with the energy that we have and the way we play things, it'd be a fantastic show. It'd be our own little piece of 1984.
There you go.
Pretty great.
Who you guys have arguments over the set list ever?
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Absolutely.
Who wins?
The majority.
Usually, I mean, we like to come at it fair.
Yeah.
And then we kind of go, okay, this is shit. Okay, we got to go back. We'll try to play it. We'll try to play it together during rehearsal or whatever, and just see how
if it feels right. Yeah.
And then we're kind of like, okay, yeah, this song isn't really feeling good. We'll try to swap it out for something else. But no, I mean, we try to do it all together, and we try to get together. Like whenever we decide to pick new songs, we're like, okay, each one of us, we're going to come up with a list of our own songs we'd like to do. And then we're going to go over all of it together. We're going to listen to it together. and then we're just going to say yay or nay if we want to do those. And if the majority is yay, then we go for it. If the majority is nay, then we don't do it.
And a majority of what's like most important to us isn't even like, of course, content of song, like what songs we're picking is important, but it's all about like how it sounds and how it flows. So as long as we can, that's a majority of what it is, where we'll push together songs like as a group, or they'll make a set list, or he'll make a set list and I'll make a set list, and then they'll revise it, and then we'll revise it and go through the songs and see like exactly how like what's a great transitional song for this.
Yeah, going by tunings.
That's actually how we came up with our little like mashup song, "Strangled Emotion," which is Stranglehold and Sweet Emotion. And we were just like working with like what song transition well, and we're like we could make that like it's one song.
Yeah,
both in the key of A. So
yeah,
all right,
it works. So before you play, any rituals you have besides drinking a beer or something like that?
Loads of Captain Morgan's. I go through kind of a humming scale, at least on my end. I don't not
2 pints of Guinness, and yeah.
No, I'd say obviously for me it's a lot of stretching and just kind of warming up and getting loose. Of course, me and my brother have to have our pre-show argument.
I do like a scale warm up. Like I'll just go that from the key. Kind of go like that, just go up and down, and then
Chris was having guitar withdrawal. You guys know that, right? He didn't have it in his hand long enough.
It's rare. It's a rare occasion when he doesn't.
You got to give him a guitar. If he doesn't have his guitar, he's got something else in his hand. We can't say on.
That's brotherly love right there. All right, let's go rapid fire questions. You're allowed to answer these questions, okay? Just with one word answers. I'll start over there with Daniel, and we'll go around rapid fire questions here. Vinyl, CD, or streaming?
Vinyl.
Next.
Streaming for convenience.
Okay.
Vinyl.
Chris?
Vinyl all the way.
Yeah.
All right. Dream tour with opening for a band. Which band?
Oh, man.
Shit.
Chris.
I'm gonna have to go.
Start with Chris.
Metallica. I'll say
It doesn't matter if
Metallica.
they're dead or not. Can they be like? Can we reincarnate people?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess it's pretty easy. It's Van Halen.
Yeah.
Brian.
But right now, hold on. Metallica. If they're alive right now, Metallica.
Chris, you're only allowed one answer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, you violated the rule already. There we go. Brian.
Van Halen.
Ethan.
Oh man.
Probably Sabbath.
Van Halen for me back in the day.
Okay, there we go. One word that sums up Lobaugh. I'll give you a second to think. Brian.
Energy. I don't know.
Ethan.
Kick ass.
That's 2 words, isn't it?
That's 2 words.
Kick dash ass.
Daniel.
Fun.
Chris.
Revolutionary.
Okay.
Whoa, there
Was that in the vocab book this week?
Wow, how about that? Were you looking that up on Google or what while we were waiting?
Can you spell that real quick?
Let's chat about how people can find you. I've got it scrolling on the screen, but let's talk about how they can find you on social media, and then know any tour dates that you're going to be on out there in the near future, guys.
So yeah, you can find us on pretty much almost every platform. We have Instagram, Facebook. Just type in our name; it should pop up. Same as TikTok and YouTube. We also have on Instagram and everything. If you just hit our bio, there should be a link tree on there, and you can just hit that and follow everything from that point on. If you're interested in us playing at a venue or anything like that, if you're an owner and you want us to play, there's also our email on that as well. So just shoot us an email on the link tree. I think it's listed on some of the pages by itself too, but shoot us an email and we'll get back to you, and we'll set something up for sure.
Okay. Well, I got one more question before we have to go today. We're running out of time, but I will say this, guys. If you have not seen Lobaugh, go see them. If you hear of them playing somewhere, you'll enjoy this show so much. And you guys, I'm sure, are going to be back at the Bell at the Jam to hit the stage again here.
Yeah, we love
on
on
this
that.
time,
Yeah, shirts on.
Those are shirts on this time. Yes. Karis requested that yesterday on the show. She said to make sure I told you that. So leave your clothes on stage for a while. No David Lee Roth suspenders or any of that stuff.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah, I know it'll be tough for you. But guys, you can follow him Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all those places out there, and see what's going on with Lobaugh. And fellas, I always ask this question of everyone I interview, from whether it's a national act or a local act or anything, and you can sum it up in one word. I'll go around the room again, and we've kind of hit on it a little bit about your dream tour, but anybody, past or present, living or dead, that you could take the stage with one time, who would it be? I'm gonna start with Daniel.
Damn it.
I go first.
You want to go first? You go first.
Dimebag Daryl.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I'd say, honestly, I think Bon Scott would be pretty fun. Bon Scott would be fun.
Works. Brian?
Eddie Cochran. I'd do that. What are you laughing at?
No. For me, it has to be Ozzy.
Brian is bigger than you, Chris. Brian is bigger than you. Keep that in mind. All right. Yes. You said Ozzy.
Yeah, Ozzy. Sucks that he's gone. It's weird, but I guess Ozzy.
I honest to God forget it. Like I forget that he's passed.
Yeah.
It's still like he's still here.
I'd say Ozzy, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're losing all those guys, unfortunately, and rockers from that era, and it's tough to see because that music needs to live on, and you guys are doing it. You're making it live on.
Absolutely. When we start writing our own stuff, man, that's kind of our goal. Is we're at least trying to be that new voice, that new sound that still carries on the old feelings, the old energy, everything that used to be so like great about just live performances in general.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you've got this guy whose comments up on the screen in your corner, one of the greatest guitarists in the tri-state, Steve Krieges.
Awesome.
He was huge on you guys. In fact, if he could, he'd steal the mic from me as I introduce you on stage sometimes, because that's just the way he is. But we love you guys. I love what you're doing. I love your style. I love your energy, and I certainly love your knowledge of old school music. And you've done your homework, so to speak. And thank you to your parents for giving you that influence that they did. If I took my parental influences, I'd be listening to Tammy Wynette and Wayne Newton today, and that is not. That is not a good thing. I listened to 8-track tapes across America traveling with them on those. So, you guys, you're wonderful. Thank you so much for being with me. Stay with me for a few minutes, guys. Anything else, anywhere you've got anything going coming up? I had a question pop up in the screen there. Where are you playing? Or you have anything booked?
We were talking to Saris about possibly doing kind of a gig at the Bell and Bear with Dad's Belt.
I'm going to tell you something real quick. Mm-hmm. If you don't learn her name, you're never going to play there. It is Karis.
Karis, that was my bad.
You said Saris, and she will come at you like a spider monkey.
That's like, this is live, right?
It's live, yeah.
It's live. I think you better say Karis 3 times.
Karis.
Thank you. There we go.
Sorry to Karis.
It's a standing joke on our shows we do on Tuesday about people calling her all kinds of different names for us and all that. So that's why I said that. But thank you guys. Quentin from Ladder, Latter, he says, keep the metal torch lit, fellas. And that's a great thing.
Yeah, for sure.
There it is. Have you seen Ladder?
We have not, no.
Oh, you guys got to go see him. Quentin is a Van Halen guitarist too, Chris. You guys would bond like crazy, man. It's he's so good.
I bond with every guy at Bell, and every time they come up to me, especially Steve and all those guys. Everyone there is fucking awesome. Everyone's just been so cool and letting us go up there and use their stuff, and everyone's just super nice, and you guys have been a real help.
Yeah, for sure.
And that stuff, and I appreciate it.
Appreciate it being here.
So,
the best bar staff in all of the Montgomery Loveland area.
Yeah.
At least in Montgomery. Yeah. They're great. Bell and the Bear is a great place to be, guys. And thank you so much for being with us today on the program. Lobaugh, guys, if you're watching the show, especially after the fact, these guys are going to post it on their page. They'll watch for comments. If you want to ask them a question, anything, drop it in the comments, and they'll respond back to you. So for sure.
You want to see from us,
yeah.
Just in general, like that's kind of the one thing is we need kind of gigs and just stuff to show you guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we hope to get you some gigs. Follow him, Lobaugh, on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all those places. Some of them's Lobaugh Band. Some of it is Lobaugh. You can find it by just typing in Lobaugh. And thank you again, fellas. We appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you so much. Actually,
Thank you.
All right. Hope to see you playing soon. Hey, guys, we'll be back with you tomorrow live at 5 here with Who's Playing Out, the best bands and venues in the tri-state and where they're playing for the week. And remember our motto here at All Around Town Radio, get out and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you. See you next time, everybody. Don't forget the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the
That would have been bad.